On the menu today?
I don't know.
Why did Commodore say they were dumb and fast? I am dumb and fast. Buy a Commodore 64.
Welcome.
Oh, hello, Chip Dippers. Welcome to a very festive retro recipes. Yeah, it's dippers, not diapers, Puppyfractic. I am actually just going to disconnect this because it is connected to the solar panels of the house, and we don't want to wear those down. That's obviously depleting the sun's energy quite a lot. So we'll get rid of that. However, I'm here because I want to invite you to join me on a bit of a mystery hunt. Way back when I was about 12 years old and I got my first Commodore 64, I remember having the Commodore Christmas demo. I remember it vividly. I would load it up at Christmas time, and it was honestly so nostalgic that it's something that I still do to this day around Christmas time, is load up that demo, because you know how smells and, well, it didn't have smelly vision, but you know how smells and music and sounds can really tap back into your most latent memories like nothing else. Something about the visuals and the memory of the Commodore Christmas demo, just for me, probably for a few of you as well, that just brings back being 12 years old, Christmas presents under the tree, and happy trees. So there's a bit of a mystery about all that, because when I got the Commodore SX64 donation, which you can maybe see behind me, and we've done some really fun things with that on the channel, and I also got this SX64 test demo disc. So we know it was distributed on discs, but I was in the UK when I had it as a kid, and it was cassette tapes, not floppy disks, that were the prevalent media. So how did I end up with a copy of the demo? And because the Commodore 64 users in Europe mainly just used tapes, this might explain recollections that the Christmas demo only shipped with the SX64, because it did have a disk drive. Now, people online answered me and they said, yeah, they remembered actually working in a shop at that time, and they were provided with this disc to showcase the SX64, but nobody remembered ever getting it for the Commodore 64. So how did I end up with a copy of the demo when I had a Commodore 64? Well, that's really the mystery. So I've been asking around online, and one person mentioned that they think that they got a copy of it on something called the very first. Now, just so happens I have reacquired that from Fleabay. I have it right here. This triggered another latent memory in the back of my mind of getting this with my Commodore 64. On the cover it says the very first. I don't know if that was the official title. Babe?
Yeah?
There's a little present for you in the tree.
The very first introduction to your C64.
That's it. I was going to ask you how you'd pronounce that.
The very first. I don't know. I think I got it right the first time.
Now, I also looked at all the back issues of Zap 64, which was my favorite Commodore 64 magazine, and I got every issue for as long as I had a Commodore 64. And I looked at every issue that they made and every cover tape, and there was no sign of the Commodore Christmas demo coming through my door that way. But when I looked more into the bundles of Commodore 64 that this came with, someone online mentioned they thought it came with this Commodore compendium pack. And that suddenly made so much sense because, as you know, I've had a Commodore Music Maker keyboard overlay for my Commodore 64 since I was 12, and you've seen me do a lot of fun stuff refurbing that. And then in one very low resolution picture, I couldn't find a higher version, I saw the very first tape lurking in the corner of that compendium pack. Although I've uncovered possibly the answer to the riddle, there's a few things we need to find out. Firstly, is the Commodore Christmas demo on here? Secondly, what on earth else is on here? And what latent memories is that going to trigger in me? I mean, this might be quite a flashback for me and some of you. So that's our challenge today. Hope you're going to join me. Let's go. tape was halfway through, so I'm going to have to ask you to bear with me while I rewind it. How about some Christmas music while we do? Joy to the world is the world. Ah, it's done. So, we're just going to do it the completely old-fashioned way. No SD cards, no emulators. Press play on tape. And of course we don't know if the tape even works from Fleabay. So that's going to be another interesting thing. Just got a blank screen right now. This may not be a happy Christmas after all. Okay. Searching, found the very first. That is a really good sign. I'm kind of surprised that happened. So I'm speechless. It's working. Okay. But it is working slowly. So while we wait, it's a good time to mention PCB Ways Christmas Shopping Festival, featuring a lucky draw and a year-end big sale. Because as we all know, PCB stands for Puppyfractic's Cassette Boot Screen, doesn't it? A tutorial program for your Commodore 64. Commodore presents the very first. Okay, I don't see the Christmas demo, but I do see 4 things that we can go through. So let's go through the tutorial and see what happens. You're 12 years old, you've got your Commodore 64 for the first time, it's set up in your bedroom, you've got no idea what you're doing. Keyboard and colors. I am loading the keyboard and colors lesson. Does that mean I am loading it? Or I am loading it? See those classic Nova load flashing stripes. So it's kind of like a zip program for a cassette tape, that it would crunch the data, and what you see there is kind of it uncrunching it. It's very interesting how you could choose 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's loading 1. So what if you hit 4? Would you have to fast forward the tape, or how would it know what order you were going to choose the options in order to know where on the tape to go? This is my keyboard. Press the spacebar. This is, it's hitting the back of my memories. Press the spacebar. Okay, now that you own me, let's be friends. Well, hello. I'm going to teach you how to use the keyboard, use the colors. Tell me if I am dumb and slow, dumb and fast, smart and fast, smart and slow. I don't really understand. I'm just going to be nice. 3, smart and fast. Who told you I was smart? Try again. Smart and slow? Do you really think I'm slow? Try again. What? Weird place for the apostrophe. Dumb and fast. Okay. That's right. Why did Commodore say they were dumb and fast? Like someone literally programmed that in. I am dumb and fast. Buy a Commodore 64. Great holiday marketing there. That's right, I am dumb, but very fast. And humble. Okay, makes more sense. I'm always ready to serve you, my master. Getting flashbacks to being on set on Revenge of the Sith. I'm also very sensible. Do not use the Force when... Oh, do not use Force. This is getting very freaky and close to the bone here. We'll get away from Star Wars. Do not use Force when you press the key. Just... You can imagine me pressing a key with the Force. Okay, just tap it lightly. Once only. If you don't get this desired effect... Sorry. If you don't get the desired effect, press it... If you don't get the desired effect, press it again, once, a bit harder. I thought I was going to get childhood nostalgia from this, and I'm getting Star Wars and other things. We'll now learn how to use the keyboard, and I want my payment now. Give me $1. Oh, $1. Now that the matter is settled, I like the humor in this. I would like to point out that there are 2 shift keys, one on each side. Well, I'm going to assume that you know how to use a Commodore 64, because I don't want us to lose sight of the goal here, which is to try to discover and recreate the exact process I would have gone through when I was 12, just like some of you, to get all Christmassy. And thanks for joining me for this. I do wonder if they put multiple versions on the tape. So option 1, 2, 3, and 4 are repeated throughout the tape. So it can always just press play to eventually get back to option 2, option 1 if it needs to. Clever stuff. Because of course it can only store so much in the RAM, in the memory, because it is dumb if very fast and humble. That's not what we're looking for. Load error? Well, this was bound to happen at some point, wasn't it? I've just noticed it says select the side you require. Side 1, the demo loads and runs, and then the menu is loaded. Side 2, the menu loads. Could the demo be the demo, as in the demo? Let's see if I do have side 2 inserted. Of course, in true Commodore fashion, there's nothing actually on the tape to tell you which side you've got loaded. So let's hope and pray to Santa himself that this is side 1. See what we get. I tell you, it is something else, mirroring actions that you probably haven't done in the exact same way since, well, 35 years ago. Found the very first. Oh, I've got in brackets demo. Didn't say demo before, did it? I'm actually nervous. I really want this to work. It's taking longer to load than it did before, so it's loading something different. Whatever we get, actually, I'm going to be happy now. Loading demonstration program. All right. We've got a little countdown in the number of blocks that it's got to load, so we've got 64 left. Well, with 30 blocks left, I'm just reminiscing in my head about just how magical it was having this little puppy in my bedroom. We were all very lucky kids to get these magical boxes. Turn up the volume, press return to start demo. See what we get. It is. It is. This is exactly what I would have loaded as a kid. Good times. Happy Christmas from Commodore. Turn it down just a little bit. That is emotional. That really, I didn't expect that to hit me. So I've never understood how I was able to play this every Christmas, and now I know. It was the demo tape that came with the Christmas compendium from Commodore. Now the demo I know very well, but the nostalgia that we can reanimate in exact living form thanks to tiny little magnetic particles storing binary data, that is truly special. I think that is what makes computers so nostalgic. There are a lot of hobbies that people do, but I've never found a community where we really get to relive that happiness of childhood nostalgia, because if you go back and you look at a painting that you had as a kid, or you find an old school book, it doesn't have sound, it doesn't have moving animation, it doesn't have a tactile user interface that you used with your fingers. This is so all-encompassing to your memories that I think it just hits more neural connections at once, and when you respark them, it is something really special. Very Christmassy. But yeah, I think we have discovered the answer to our mystery. I just want to thank you guys for joining me on that short-ish but very emotional, very festive little journey. I'm going to be back with Ladyfractic and Puppyfractic in a week's time, and we're going to be doing a very special, huge Christmas funboxing. So I hope you'll join me then. As always, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe and support below. Merry Christmas and cheerio. I'm going to play it again now. Now, can you work out which is side 1 and which is side 2?
No. Well, you put it in, and side 1 would show the demo, and then the menu's loaded.
Now you
But
tell me.
side 2, just the menu loads.
Where were you an hour ago when I was trying to figure all of this out?
Whole Foods.